Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Reverend Kristen Kephart, and I'm the Spiritual Director and Senior Minister here. Right now, we are 100% virtual, which means all of our offerings are online. And if you are a first-time visitor, please hang out with service with us. And if you like what you hear, if you feel that you want to know more, please check out our website and get more information of who we are, what we believe, and what we have going on here. Our website is updated regularly as we continue to add more offerings each day. So please check it out. Now, if you would join me, and let's welcome ourselves and one another to today's service. Put your hands on your heart and repeat after me. I am thankful for me. I am thrilled to be a part of this community. I am honored here. I am seen and I am loved. And join me by putting your hands out as we reflect this welcoming message out to our beloveds in our community and out into throughout our state and the United States of America and the world. I am thankful for you. I am thrilled you are a part of this community. Know that you are honored. Know that you are seen. And know that you are loved. Thank you, Spirit, for this beautiful day. And I say, yes, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit, for this beautiful day. This is the first time and only time that this day is here. It is a good day. It is a grand day. It is a blessed, beautiful day. And as we move on to our service, let's open up in sweet surrender as we sing our congregational song with Jennifer Russell and Michael Gale. Take it away.
Good morning, Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Michael Gale.
I'm Jennifer Russell.
Let's open up in sweet surrender.
Absolutely.
I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening.
Greetings. It's my joy and my honor to be your practitioner today. My name is Kathleen Benjamin, and I'm a licensed practitioner for Centers for Spiritual Living. Here at the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living, we are actively co-creating a world that evolves through the power of service, prayer, and play, a world that works for everyone. We celebrate all paths that lead to the recognition of the divine. We celebrate shamanism as a path of the inward journey and soul travel. We honor Hinduism as a path recognizing the divine in each person. We honor Taoism as a path recognizing the perfect order and balance of the universe. We honor Buddhism as a path of compassion and peace. We honor Christianity as a path of love and forgiveness. We honor Islam as a path of constant prayer. We honor Baha'i as a path recognizing the oneness of all religions. We honor New Thought and the path of healing and the power of the mind. We honor you and the path that brought you here today. Richest blessings. Welcome. Welcome into my living, loving room, into this sacred time and this sacred place for the service. The theme of the month is Celebrating Divine Truth. And the talk title is Welcoming the Shadow. So join me in the affirmation. I do not judge myself nor other persons. I embrace the shadow and reclaim my highest good. I receive light that dissolves darkness and suffering. I recognize darkness and shadow in my soul and around me. I acknowledge and release them. Again, I do not judge myself nor other persons. I embrace the shadow and I reclaim my highest good. I receive light that dissolves darkness and suffering. I recognize the darkness and the shadow in my soul and around me. I acknowledge and release them. That's powerful. There's a lot there. Take it with you as you go through this week, and I'm so excited to hear the message that Reverend Kristen has to say about the shadow. I love this time of year, welcoming the shadow. So this is my Christmas tree that I am still decorating, and it is a Christmas tree that is decorated in the Hanukkah colors. And it's so interesting how this time of year, where it is dark longer, every celebration involves so much light. So we recently celebrated Diwali, and now we have Christmas and Kwanzaa and Hanukkah coming. And so as our theme of the month is celebrating divine truth, we are doing it. So join me as we turn within, as we take a moment to ground in this present moment that has never occurred before. Join me as we inhale the infinite possibility of the new, and we exhale love. We inhale the newness of the light. We appreciate and exhale the darkness. As we just begin to breathe normally, we recognize the gratitude that we have for this moment, this loving presence known as the Infinite One, known as Spirit, known as love, known as joy, known as God, known as Krishna, known as the divine presence. I know that I am one with that. And I know that each of you are one with that. And we're one with that all the time, whether you're listening to this live, whether you're listening to the replay later. We are all one with the one. There is no one or no thing that is left outside of this. It is all inclusive of the everyone. And how grateful I am to be right here, right now, to know the divine truth of this moment, that love is unfolding as this moment, joy is unfolding as this moment, that this celebration of light is what we are made in the image and likeness of. We are made in the image, likeness, and substance of God. We are that thing itself. We are made of stardust. How exciting is that? Knowing that we are one with the infinite. We know that this is a time of celebration. Right here, right now, we know that all needs are being met. And so allow any judgment or otherness to simply fall away as we appreciate the shadow and the light. We appreciate the fact that there is germination, incubation, hibernation, transformation that is all happening in what is being called dark. How wonderful is this germinating process of contrast, because we are one with the one. So we are all things at all times. And I just appreciate the darkness. I appreciate what happens in the darkness. I appreciate the shadow, that God is all of this and we are all of this. We are the darkness. We are the lightness. We bless it all. We bless the lessons that are considered darkness, that are considered suffering. We bless it all and know that this is a place of learning, a place of evolving. And so during this transformational time that's being called darkness, we know that it is already all right. It is all good. I just am so grateful for the darkness, for the lightness, for the harmonizing good that is my life and the harmonizing good that is your life. And I'm so appreciative of the unity that we are. We are one with the one. Woo! Yes. 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 So we celebrate this. We celebrate this now. We celebrate it every single day and every moment. The love that is unfolding as my life is the love, and the rejuvenating spirit that is unfolding as your life is all happening right now. And so we allow ourselves to be present to this moment and to every moment, whether it is dark or it is light. It is love, and we are being guided in each moment. I am so grateful to know the absolute truth that is unfolding right here and right now. I send out a mighty blessing to the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living, for everyone that is coming, for everyone that is viewing this, for everyone that has ever been there before, knowing that this is a place of love, a place of joy, a place of transformation. Something wonderful is always unfolding as this moment. I send out a blessing to Reverend Kristen, knowing that what she is talking about is the truth and is being fully expressed as this message, as knowledge that is coming forth, that will be met with fertilized ears, is being met on fertile soil. I'm looking forward to it. So I am just grateful. I am thankful. I am appreciative. I am celebrating, and I am so grateful to be here with you right now. So I bless this time, I bless this service, I bless your life as my life, the one life of God that is being expressed now. How grateful I am and how thankful I am for this and so much more. And so it is. Amen, amen.
I am in the darkness. I am in the light. See me if you can. I am all appearing. I am all invisible. I am in the high. I am in the very low. I am all appearing. I am all invisible. I am in the highest. I am in the very low. Glory God appearing. Glory God invisible. Glory in the highest. Glory, glory, glory down below. Everywhere I am, see
It is glorious to be with you today. So great. It is the first weekend of December, and I love December. There are so many holidays, and one that's starting this week is Hanukkah. So if you participate in Hanukkah and the lighting of the candles, it's time to get out your menorah. I've got my menorah out. I still need to find the candles. and I'm sharing this with you today because there was a rabbi on Facebook who said something, and it just brought everything together. So this middle candle here that's taller than all the other ones is called a Shemus. I hope I pronounced that right. If not, Shemus. Sorry, Shemus. It is the candle that is the light that lights all the others. So he said, be the Shemus, be the light for everyone else. So be the light. Light, light, light. And bring joy to the world. So today we're talking about the shadow. We're talking about welcoming the shadow into our lives, recognizing it's there. And I just recognize that there is a shadow right here in the wall of my head. And let me see if I can get my finger. Most of the time, almost all the time, we walk around with our shadow and have a shadow. There's a physical shadow, which reminds me of the song, I believe it was Peter Pan with Tinkerbell singing, me and my shadow, blah, blah, blah. The shadow's there. There are lots of questions. We're in this time now where we're going into the season where it's darker. It's darker more than it is light. It's a time generally that we go within. And the question is, what kind of golden nuggets are in this shadow place? What is there that we can learn? What can we learn? Marie Stein said this: the shadow is the image of ourselves that slides along behind us as we walk towards the light. Because as we're embarking on the journey of this thing called life, we're generally always walking forward, or we're walking towards the light. Again, if I'm walking towards the light, you can see the shadow behind me. In Science of Mind, we believe that we are created in the likeness of God, that we are perfect God, perfect man or woman, and perfect being. God is that light that dissolves the darkness. So the more that we understand ourselves, the more that we have a relationship with that higher self, whether you call it God, Allah, the universe, that the darkness, that we absorb that darkness and it becomes light. The other side of this is we're human. We are human beings, and human beings walking around in this daily life, we're not perfect. We might strive for perfection, but we are not perfect. I don't even know if I'd want to be perfect, because then I wouldn't have anything to work on to move towards this light. I would just be the light. And then what would I do with the rest of my day? I'm sure some of you could come up with something amazing that you would do if you were enlightened and you were that 100% of the time. Use the chat below and tell me what you would do. It would be interesting to hear from you. Anyway, Science of Mind teaches us that we know that beyond circumstances, that beyond what's going on in our daily life, that there is wholeness, that we are one and we are working towards understanding and embracing our oneness with the only thing that there is, God, and being in alignment with that and acknowledging that that's truly our real life. But in the meantime, we have these shadows that are coming along the way that once we understand what they are, we can, like I said before, bring them in, and it moves us closer to the light. And some of them might be some invisible wounds. And the story I'm going to share later kind of captures that. The other thing that might be involved in part of this is our ego. Our ego limits our thoughts and produces judgments. whether we're judging ourselves or we're judging others. The more that we're aware of our personal ego, that we can learn to build the strength, again, to bring that shadow portion of ourselves into our human nature. Isaiah in 9:2 said this: "The people who walk in darkness will see a great light. Those who live in the land of the shadow of the death, upon them the light will shine." If we are aware of the darkness and we are headed towards the light, we are headed to better ourselves, we are headed to have a bigger understanding of what this thing called life is, we become the light. We are the light. If we are living in the shadow of death and not moving forward, we're just staying put in the shadow of the death, we will shine the light on them and say, "Come on, come this way, walk this way, come join us over here and see the great light. I shine my light upon you. Come on." It's not my job to grab them by their arms or feet and drag them with me. We teach people, hey, there's this thing and it's called life, and you can be your own driver in your own life. It's a place where, as you continue to learn and know about yourself and learn and know about spirit, it's also a place that you need to take 100% responsibility in your life. And that's where lots of people go, "Ooh, not ready for that." And I say, okay, I'll catch you the next trip around. That is not our job to drag people. People decide when they're ready at all different times. And I'm not in judgment of them. I honor what they believe. So what does the shadow mean? What does it mean? It is defined by Carl Jung as the negative side of the personality, the sum of all unpleasant traits that a person wants to hide. Do you have things about yourself that you would like to not show people and not let them know that is part of you? There sometimes could be places where you feel unworthy or inferior. Sometimes it's our primitive side of human nature. It's like our own dark side. And the thing is everyone has a shadow. Some of us have more archetypes than we can name multiple archetypes. And they cast a shadow. So the more that we see it, recognize it, are conscious of it, that's when the healing begins. That's when we start to bring the shadow that's out here in alignment with the one. Ernest Holmes, the founder of Science Mind, had this to say: "We abide under the shadow of everlasting truth." That is something we believe. We abide by it. Here's another quote: "What we call our shadow is nothing more than an aspect of our nature waiting to be embraced and reclaimed." So what does all this mean? I'm ready to embrace it and reclaim it, but I don't know what it is. So here is my shadow, or it's an archetype. And right now I'm not going to name it, but I'm just going to call it twins. I'm a Gemini. Whether you believe in astrological or not, I'm a Gemini. And there is a very helpful, happy side of me. So it's actually the two twins. Some refer to it as the good twin and the bad twin. But here in Science of Mind, we know that there's no bad. It's just it's a different view than the good. Yeah? So I was pretty sassy as a child. Not sassy and I'm gonna tell on you, or I'm gonna tell you what's right. It's not even sassy. I would speak out things that I believed were wrong. And as a young child, it really wasn't always welcomed. How many people want a young child telling them having an affair with a married person I didn't feel was right? There are people out there that feel that that's right. I still don't, and I didn't when I was young. I would then speak my case or whatever, and I was just told, put the twin in the box. I don't want to hear it. Put the twin in the box. Put the other twin in your box. Because I would get defensive because I wanted to be heard. Okay, we all want to be heard. So for years, when I would get in this frame, instead of recognizing it was a shadow, my shadow, I would just go put her in the box. And I would shut down, not intentionally, it was unconsciously, but shut down on what I was experiencing or what I was sharing. I would just put her away. So that's me recognizing what I'll now call the shadow. And it took me a while of exploration to look beyond that shadow that was stating the foundation of my beliefs, whether I'm 5, really, it wasn't appreciated at all, or 5, or 10, or 15, or 25, 50, and now I'm 55. But to get to a place to say, what is the spiritual truth? What is the spiritual truth? My spiritual truth incorporates this twin that I've been sticking in a box. So we need this awareness of the shadow and the awareness that it's got a negative projection or connotation to it. Once I recognize it, I can then correct it, or I can then learn about what it truly is instead of being this negative thing. This negative thing that is just stuck in a box that I never let out. I just don't. You don't bring the twin out. Sometimes your ego can bring those qualities out, or you project them on another person. So if a time would come where that twin would come out of the box and I didn't catch it in time, snarkiness would happen. I can be snarky. I think we all can be snarky. I try not to be snarky, but sometimes I can be snarky. Anyway, you project it onto somebody else, and then all of a sudden you've got somebody caught in your web, and then they have a reaction to whatever's happening. See how it goes? So when I started to actually explore this part of me and explore and consciously start dealing with this thing called the twin, I found out so much more. What I ended up finding, I'm going to call, is my protector. my archetype, the protector. This archetype, this twin, is the one who stands up in what she believes in, stands up and knows that she's worthy and has the right to speak. She is the one that helps me as Kristen come into this balance and live a balanced life. My protector. So I don't have a box anymore, and I allow, because I'm consciously aware of it, but it is a place that, or it supports me to be able to be my full, authentic, whole self. And I'm always whole. However, until my mind and until my heart can wrap around and embrace it, I don't think I am. So I accept this shadow part of me. I accept this shadow part of me is one of, and I'm going to say the badass that I always knew was in me, but I did not let her be and be a part of this whole me. The whole idea of this shadow thing and talking about the shadow and doing our shadow work, and some people think it's silly and some people think it's like the bee's knees and that's what we should all be doing. It's really what you're called to do. I think that it is it's therapeutic. I think that it allows you to see truly the wholeness that we are. So Jacob Lieberman had this to say: only when we are transparent and in alignment with the source of light, as when the sun is directly overhead, does the shadow magically disappear. Once the shadow or the shadows are gone, that's when we are in complete alignment with the only thing that there is. That is alignment and enlightenment. A lot of these shadows live in our unconscious. So we have to go and excavate them up, or to be aware of when someone says something to us and all of a sudden you're triggered. But you're not triggered because Susie said it. You're triggered from something, part of a shadow in the past. Where's it come from? What do I need to reveal in myself to bring my shadow in alignment so I am one with the one? So wrapping this up, this is a time for you to explore you. And what does that mean? What would your life be fuller if you embraced and loved yourself completely? Even these shadow sides, even the sides that people might not find appealing, but it is you, and you are taking and welcoming all of you. It's like giving yourself a big giant hug. Shadows, remember, they're not bad. They're not always bad. They're a part of what makes up the whole, and they're valuable. So get to know your shadows. Get to know and see what shows up. See what shows up for you and see if you can bring that into your life. And like me, free your twin. Free your twin. There's other things when I say I freed my twin and I'm calling it my protector. There are self-care things that I do for me. So when I'm around people, they don't get the wrath of me not taking care of myself. So one of my things, and I'll share with you, because it used to be called the twin, is if I don't eat protein, if I don't have protein in my body, I get, it's now been termed, hangry. I'm not fun to be around because I literally go from nothing, everything is fine, to I've fallen off the cliff and like I'm irrational. So instead of just going along in life and then falling off the cliff, I now know I do my self-care to make sure that my body has what it needs to work at its highest and best self. And when I'm working at my highest and best self and I'm being that center light, I am shining out there and helping others. It has been awesome to be with you today. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I want to say that next Saturday is the last sweatshirt, slightly used or brand new sweatshirt or jackets. I will be in the parking lot of our office, ready to receive, masked up. We'll say hello. We've had lots so far, and I would love to have more so we can give them out to the traditionally unhoused students of the Ventura County. So I'll see you next week when we continue celebrating this divine truth. And please know that you are seen, you are honored, and you are loved here at the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. Peace. Blessings. So join me in prayer. Let's take a deep breath together. And close your eyes if you would like to. Right here and right now, I recognize that there's only one thing happening. That one thing happening right now, right here, is God. That there is only one thing, that thing that is divine, that is joy, that is truth, that is compassion, is God. I am so grateful to be able to speak these words and know that that higher presence, that higher self that runs through, in, and as me is running through, in, and as you as well. For we are one. We are brothers, sisters, and siblings of the only one. So I know for each of us today that we embrace our shadows and we reclaim our good. We stand in the dominion of who we are and we call it good. I release judgments. I release judgments of self and of others. And I let it go and let it be and I just let go. I'm so grateful for this teaching that allows me to stand in the freedom of my birthright that I was gifted coming into this world. That we are all part of that one and gifted such a miraculous gift. And it's out there for us to use, and it's out there, and I allow it to use me. I know when I speak my word that the prayer is already in action. For I give it to the law, and the law does the work. I am so confident that the law is doing the work that I can let go and let it be and let it rest. I do not need to go over and over and over and repeat, for it is done in the mind of God, and the law does the work. So we let it be, and we let it go, and together we say, and so it is. Amen. time for conscious giving. We give from a place of joy. We give from a place where it doesn't feel like we are being pressured. We give because we want to give to spiritual places that feed us. So join me today in coming up with the amount that you're going to send in to our center. Please join me and put your hands on your heart as we speak this affirmation. This gift I give is God in action. I send it forth with joy, confidence, and ease. I am blessed by the law of giving and receiving. As I now share my good with life, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And if you are wondering how to give to the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living, we have multiple ways. You can mail your tithe or offerings to our P.O. box. You can do a text to give. You can also do a PayPal. And lastly, if you are interested in signing up for an electronic tithe, please contact the center at 805-484-1137 or office@cslcamarillo.org, and we will send you the forms. It is also December, so if you are looking for additional places to give donations for tax benefits, we are a 501(c), and we would be happy to receive those funds so we can continue to build this ministry and continue to grow out in the world. And lastly, what I'd like to share with you is how easy it is to use the text to give option. This is a little video of me sending in my tithe. So I open up a text message and I pick my contact, which is CCSL Give. And as soon as I hit that's who I want to send to, it automatically responds to me and says, how much would you like to give? I put in the amount and I hit send, and then a message comes back and says, are you sure, or do you want a refund? And then I get a message along with an email confirmation that thank you so much for your donation and your monies have been received. So like everything else, there are so many ways to do things. Pick the one that's comfortable for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for continuing to support the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living, our community. Blessings.
Thank you for being with us today. Thank you, Reverend Kristen, for that message, and practitioners, thank you for holding us in the high watch of prayer. And we just want to take a moment to wish all of you a very happy holiday season. Yes, how wonderful to be together in whatever way we can be. So let's sing Something Wonderful is Happening Through Me right now, through you. Here we go. Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
Something wonderful.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
Something wonderful.
It's happening through my mind. It's happening through my body. Right here in my heart. I let it be.
Something wonderful.
Something wonderful.
Something wonderful.
Something wonderful is happening through you right now.
Something wonderful.
Something wonderful is happening through you right now.
Something wonderful.
It's happening through your mind. It's happening through your body. Right here in your heart. So
wonderful.